Hello. We are continuing with Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon, or The Fall of Avalon today? Does it say? No. Sage. Last we left off, and if you're watching these in a row, it doesn't really make sense to make a summary, but last we left off, I found a great way to kill this guy, who's very menacing, by standing on his boat. But before I shall leave this wretched place, I should check if I have all the things I wanted to grab here. There was specifically one letter that I need. No, not that one. Letter. I guess I might not have picked it up. I'm just gonna go and check. There is an important note on the island. Could be somewhere in here. Oh, it doesn't have it, so I've already taken it. Treatment, rambling, soul letter, written in blood, autopsy report, nothing witnessed. Looksman report, what was not letter? Uh-huh. Letter to the prior. Yep, I've got the letter. Exquisite. I do need that to let people know of the horrors of the Islandia Saloon. I've also figured out how to use the shortcut video editing tool a bit better, so if I royally mess up, or my intrusive thoughts get me to say something really silly, I can edit that out. Or I can just fuse cuts together so I can take a break whenever I want. Which is pretty neat. Right, so what I was supposed to do is take a rest, so I'm just gonna sleep till next morning. And I can make a campfire. Bonfire. This doesn't cost me anything. Oh, hi, King. How's it going?
Well, that man really hated me. That much is clear. But congratulations on standing your ground.
He attacked me because of you. Do you know why?
No, it seems that I should, but I don't. He knew me, spoke with certainty, with anger. But to me, he's a stranger. If he was a part of my past, then that past has been taken from me. I need to regain it.
Sensible.
That pin you took from his body, I remember it. I don't know what it means, but I know it was important somehow. I'm sure it will help us on our journey. Let's go then, young one. Let's not waste any more time.
Yes,
I left my kingdom strong. It should have only grown stronger in my absence.
there's
And
optimism.
if something threatens it now, then I will see it restored.
Okay. Level up time. I'm level 5, which means I get a handful of points. So I definitely want to put maybe 2 points in strength. I'm just gonna look up on the interwebs what kind of stats I require to use a spear efficiently. Spear. Oh, no, that's Spear of an Ancient Hero. That's something different. Polearm. There we go. Strength and dexterity. Usually, apparently the most common prerequisite is having strength and dex, but only 5 or 6 of each. There don't seem to be all that many spears, actually. Okay. So we're gonna grab a bit of strength, and we'll grab and dexterity, and 1 endurance. I do want to grab practicality, but I'm gonna have to get quite a lot more levels before I can do that. I might actually go and try and find a way to farm XP. Cannot be undone, that's a lie. Okay, so here we have the opportunity to spend points on a variety of passive abilities. Like, there's food regenerates more health. That one's not too shabby. Over here we have a bunch of generally convenient things, but I do want to get something more crucial. I just need to check what kind of options I have. Increases the armor value of your equipment by 2%. That's more useful at a higher level. Like, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 empty pips, so it goes up to 8%, which is slightly good. There's a critical hits, 1 dagger, stealth. This is for magic stuff. We got wands, summoning, combat, and general magic. I think the most relevant ones will be in strength, endurance, and practicality. So let's check endurance. Increase health by 5%. I always find these are conditional. Increase your physical damage for every missing health, or every 10 missing health. Each enemy killed increases your physical damage. Healing resets the counter. Stuff like that. Stamina. I do need more stamina. I keep running out of this stuff. Taking damage instantly restores 2% of max stamina. Killing an enemy instantly restores 10% of your max stamina. These are really good. I might actually want to grab something in here for dashing, because this is important for not being hit. And not being hit is a great way of saving health. I will keep a shield around, though I have spoken with a true expert, and we have decided that for this run I will primarily be using a two-handed spear. I will need a shield though in case I encounter archers and the like, which I don't know if I can parry those with a pole arm. I think I can parry maybe if I get the skill for that, but parrying is a very timing heavy thing. It's kind of tricky. So here we have general melee buffs, and here we have weapon class specific stuff. We can put some points into two-handed, or we can put point in general melee, which is less but affects all melee weapon types. Kinda tempted to put something in here, mostly because for at least a little while I'll be using a one-handed weapon, but I think increasing two-handed weapons is gonna be more substantial since they have higher base damage anyway. So a percentage increase will also give me even more numbers. Yay. I've already rested. Can I cook anything? Oh, I have a crab. Can I cook a crab with cheese? No. Can I cook beef? Can I cook a lettuce and a tomato? No. Can I cook just a tomato? Cook fruit? Okay. My king. I do think there was maybe at some point a thing where I could find a text that summarizes the symptoms of each stage of the Red Death, but I haven't been able to find that one in any of my recent playthroughs. Or started playthroughs. Good. Just checking on the recording. So I can take the boat to leave this wretched place for good. I don't think there's anything important that I left behind here. So, I mean, it's not like I could go back into the asylum, but cannot go back to this island here either. I think I already visited that. What is that? Anyway, just take a quick look at that before I leave. It looks interesting, and I don't remember examining that. It glows, so it is probably important. It is not skulls, bones. Well, never mind then. This is just glowing for the sake of it, I suppose. The lighting in this game is sometimes a little bit misleading, I fear. Boing. 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 The Druids were blamed for spreading the weirdness and were eventually annihilated during the Charred Conclave. The Conclave? I would hate to be annihilated while playing Lunaro. Or playing Lunaro in general. Valve has, I think just yesterday announced some new hardware. I know this isn't really relevant, but I'm on a loading screen, so it's not like I can think of anything. Or, I don't have, there isn't really anything for me to talk about. And that's just something on my mind. Hardware looks pretty good.
The sea was restless, waves slamming against the hull as you left the island asylum behind. Garadoc's boat cut through the black waters, its course set for Avalon's shores. Then the deep stirred. A shudder ran through the vessel from neither wind nor tide, but from something far below. A presence, ancient and watching. And then it struck. The boat lurched violently, wood splintering as the sea itself rose in fury. A shadow moved beneath the surface, vast, coiling, inescapable. The next wave swallowed everything. Darkness took you. Salt filled your lungs, and then light. The crash of waves, the cold kiss of wet sand. You were alive. The sea had spared you, but not without a cost.
In the original, this is the part where the picked woman and the barbarian-looking guy would be dead. Since they didn't join me on the boat in this finished release version of the game, I'm not actually sure what the cost is, since, well, they're not on the boat, so they didn't die from the shipwreck. I don't know where they are. I hope they're fine, wherever they went. So, now I can go wherever I please, as long as it is in this region. The king will not allow me to leave this region, for, reasons unknown. I do think he wants me to collect the remnant of his soul that is somewhere in this general area. And there's giant swords. If I do manage to play all of the game, we'll go to where the giant swords are. Ah, drowned zombies. And they spit. Crab. Oh, yeah, I can hunt crab. Mine. Mine. Can pick up their tongues and hearts. I don't know why I would. Those are just like zombies. Seems kind of messed up to just take drowned human bits with me. What would I even do with that? There is some crafting that involves making armor, but a lot of the things you make armor out of are different zombie variants, and I don't like the idea of making armor from a zombie. I don't like that. This lock seems to be broken. Fishing rod. I don't know if I want to spend any time fishing. Free campfire. Crab. 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 You never know when you need a crab. Oh, hello. I hope these aren't his. Or theirs. Who's this?
Oh, greetings, kind. Sir? Madam? Right, so, would you perchance be interested in browsing my wares? Only the finest Avalon can offer, and the finest I can offer, that is.
It is, madam. I mean, if we want to pretend that this guy is definitely a normal human, I could assume that he doesn't get it because I'm wearing a helmet and armor, so it might be difficult for him to, or this one to tell. However, I don't think that's what this is about. It's madam.
Right, of course. Silly me. Oh, you'll have to excuse me. I have very bad eyesight. This is a thing that happens to humans, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it is.
I think it's the hood, probably. Ah, yes, as you, a fellow human, must know very well.
Oh, that I do. It's really hard being a human, isn't it? I mean, we can get hurt so easily. Even falling from a tree could kill us. Can you imagine?
Or we could catch an illness that makes our skin crack and blister. Not to mention aging. Don't even get me started on aging. Honestly, being a human sounds so horrifying. I mean, it is horrifying. Anyway, where were we?
I would say that you get used to it, but I haven't gotten used to the horror of
I'd
being...
just be grateful if you didn't try to sell me any weapons. Or nails. Or buckets with iron handles. It's not that I have anything against things made of iron. I simply don't condone violence, that's it.
What's violence got to do with buckets? Oh, it's a bunch of stuff. Roots, a wand, rosemary, peppermint, antler fragment, feral charm, milkweed, carnation, nightmares, wolfsbane, mandrake, snare, acorns, sage. I think these two items can be used to improve an item that I have as like charms or something. But I don't think I'm too interested in any of this. Maybe I can sell things to this fella? I've got a torch. When did I find a torch?
Another satisfied customer. That makes 2. Although the first one never came back. But you will, won't you?
Pretty eyes, fella. Can't get in here. maybe it's worth exploring this place a little bit more. There was a room I couldn't get into because the door appears to be broken. Ale. I do remember playing this game with some passive multipliers on XP gain for general level XP and for skill experience. Nice, quick progress for the people with no patience, or who don't feel like scouring the whole map to find enough enemies to level up like 3 times. Somewhat underwhelming, but sure. Silver plate, maybe that sells for something. Not gonna try and sell things to Cinnamon Sage though. I don't know if different traders have different rates at which they buy things, but I don't think I should try to trade with that one too much. Not unless I'm trying to buy random herbs, I suppose. Or a skull. I should probably decide in which direction I want to go. After I stab this thing. Look at him go. Onion. Ale. Cooking for the Resistant, Part 2. Simple recipes from simple ingredients. Author. Mill red anti-frisiol. Food's purpose is simple. Fill the belly and fuel the body. Leave fancy meals to aristocrats and their delicate plates. For the rest of us, Auntie Millread has practical advice. In the first volume you mastered the basics, boiling water and mashing potatoes. Now it's time for something more refined. Hunter stew. Don't fret. Even the most hopeless cook can follow this recipe with my guidance. This dish reminds me of my late husband, a skilled hunter, but utterly clueless in the kitchen. How could a man so adept with a bow be so helpless over a pot? Life's little mysteries, I suppose. I suppose maybe some people don't have the imagination or patience to cook things. So how do I make hunter stew? Do I need to use hunters for it? No, it's it requires venison, potato, and garlic. Doesn't sound too bad. Maybe if it had a bit of salt. Weak hunter's stew. Apparently I'm just a bad cook. Yeah, all the crafting skills in this game improve over time. Who's this guy? This dead man. I could mine some ore, but ore weighs a bit, and I don't really... I need to be careful with what I pick up and what I leave behind, considering that, unlike in some of my saves, I do not have a 10,000 carrying weight capacity thingamajig. There are 2 ways to go about that. The first is to just cheat yourself a heck ton of strength, which also kind of makes combat really uninteresting. The second way is to dupe a consumable that permanently increases carrying capacity, which is my preferred method, though of course, unless I get explicit permission from Santa Claus, I will not do that. Express permission? Explicit permission. Ugh, what's with words today? I'm no good with words anymore, I don't know things. I was gonna say I didn't go to school, but unfortunately I did. Crab. Can I make something with crab? Crab. What about crab? Just raw crab. Cooked seafood. Okay. Can I cook a crab with... Well, I don't have any butter. Fish and crab? No. Just crab? Cooked seafood restores less than fish and crab. Onion and crab. Crab and tomato. Oats and crab. Crab and carrot. Cabbage and fish. Crab and crab. Crab and crab. Crab and fish. Fish and cheese. Just cabbage. Could probably work on that. How much health? I could use the food. I'm going to press the button to automatically consume something.
Prepare for battle.
Oh, it's a dude.
Your money. I see fear in you.
Here. Oh no,
Beg for mercy.
I'm not.
You made a big mistake.
Did that guy just throw a rock at me?
You fight like a milkmaid.
Huh? Well, your mother was a hamster, and your father's Your father stinks of elderberries! So anything useful we can take from these fellas, besides their skin, apparently. Leather breastplate, hatchet. What is this? Skin. Moss from a cursed well, feathers. Could pick up a gladius. Great bow, leather pants, leather boots. This armor seems to be superior to what I'm currently wearing. I do think with the armor I'm currently wearing, while very stylish, doesn't have very convincing stats. I mean, this is 5 physical... Receiving melee damage returns 5 physical damage to the attacker. That's really quite insubstantial. This one gives me slightly more armor. This one gives me 5 less max health, but 2 more armor. Does look exceptionally shabby. We've got bad gauntlets, which are... Well, they are much better than just bandages. Heavy armor. You think? This doesn't look very heavy. Whatever. Leather pants. I also have Caradox armor, but I'm not really strong enough to wear that efficiently. Need 10 endurance. Wow. So I suppose I should invest in some more endurance if I actually want to wear armor more efficiently. So I got a pickaxe. What kind of thing? Oh yeah, it's a torch. I should just get a weapon loadout that's a melee weapon and a torch, so I can use that when I'm somewhere dark and damp. Well, maybe not damp, but somewhere dark. For some reason the torch does count as a regular weapon. Oh, I could use the gladius for that. I didn't want to pick up the arrows. It's very shiny. Desperate peasant. Do not need your clothes. Smuggler's Bay.
Stay focused.
Your weapon is way shorter than mine, man.
You're no match for our band.
You're no great archer, man.
You're out of
Hachi.
strength of 100 men.
Doubt it.
Show me what you are made of.
So what's with these guys? Are they like deserters or something? Well, that's just outlaw. And someone is branding the air outlaws, and I'm picking up their skin for some reason. Well, the branded part of their skin anyway. Seems a bit creepy, but whatever. Sure, why not? Broken bow. There's a place I can walk into. There's another bandit. Hi. Outcast villager. Why are you all so...
I'll strike you down. I'll take you down with me.
I see fear in your eyes.
You can see my... Oh yeah, right, I have a different helmet now.
I see fear in your eyes.
You talk too much.
Back to your hovel, coward.
You are homeless. You live in a... whatever this beach is. What are you telling me about where I should go and live? Unless he's trying to call me whatchamacallit, a weak, soft-skinned person who lives in a house, as opposed to these people who live on a beach. And try and shank people for no reason. Eclipse shard. Sounds like a magic sword. It's a large sword. For each parry, your next attack is applied 1 extra time. Huh? Maybe that would be good if I was interested in swords. And half decent at parrying. Unfortunately, neither is the case right now. A guide to hunting monsters on this blasted island. It's not worth it. This could be the end of the guide. But I know you won't listen, so here are some. Maybe someone will wise up. Who knows? One day an alchemist might offer you anything, even a kidney for Grindylow teeth. Say no, their bites hurt like hell, and I swear their spit's poisonous. Don't you mean venomous? Whatever. Your friends might say the caps on red caps will fetch a good price. They'll tell you that you just need to hunt a few to make a fortune. Tell them to get stuffed. Red caps will cut you into ribbons before you draw your blade. Ask yourself, is gold worth more than your arms, your legs, your life? If yes, here's your first rule. Make sure the bloody monster's dead before you start cutting. Charming. Well, these people might have wanted to hunt monsters, but if they cannot even hunt a single human being, then... I do want to explore that thing over there, that might be cool. Also, if I swear out into the open sea, I will be eaten by a sea monster. Which I think is a gimmick, a bit a joke, or a funny haha, as they might call it. I mean, I will get eaten by a giant sea monster, but the fact that there's a giant sea monster that eats people who go out of bounds is the joke. I think that's kind of a trope. Making people be eaten by sea monsters. You know, in Spore, that's something that happens. That's one of the great things about spears. They just get launched. I mean, the enemies, I mean. Do ring of protection, honey. Some ingredients, a cloak, fish. Oh dear. Taking damage increases lifesteal by 2% for 3 seconds. And I need one more practicality for that to do anything. Okay. No, I need one more practicality. I think I have 2. No, wait, I have none. Bleh. Points available. Yeah, I'm level 6 right now. 6 right now. 6 right now. And we pretend that level ups in the night sky are like shooting claws. Personal diary of Captain Lex. What does it say? Waters are strange. Although we don't make long journeys, our recent sailings were unbearably prolonged, as if the sea currents did not favor us in our dear Andraste. I thought I knew these waters like the back of my hand, and yet, even an old sea wolf can be surprised, or something's in the air. As wind howled and roared, dark clouds gathered over us. The storm has knocked us off course. We'll hit the rocks. If we are where I suspect we are, then we are lucky in all this misery. There should be a few caves not too far away. With the rest of the surviving crew, we should be able to drag the cargo there. Pity about the Andraste, though. 100 coins and a shield. What's this shield? Aegis of Retribution. 30% of the parry damage is dealt to the attacker. I do not have the stats to use this. It's very spiky, though. And again, I'm not great at parrying. I'm pretty sure in this game that's blocking directly when or before the enemy hits. But I haven't really figured out how to do that. Maybe I have been, but the indicator for that just isn't very good. I don't know. There's this fella. Summon Keeper. And a wand. I'm pretty sure I need a spirit to use this spell. Yeah, I need 10 spirituality. If I had 10 spirit, I could summon a guy who has a bow who can shoot things and also has a sword. It's a pretty decent spell if you want to go into being a summoner. And skeletons aren't really your vibe. Your aesthetic. Generally speaking, the skeleton isn't that great. It's just a thing with a sword. At least the warden or whatever has a bow, fishing rod. Oh, a spear. Exquisite. And I can even use it. 15 to 19. How much is this? 6 to 10. 15 to 19. 15 to 33. 36 to 45. Definitely need more stamina still. We might as well try our hand at fishing a bit. Surely there's no harm in it. Oh yeah, I need to equip it. The fishy rod. Apparently they can break, so picking up multiple of these is maybe sensible. What? No. Fishing. To catch a fish, wait for a bite, then press E to begin the struggle. Release and hold the button to keep the hook inside the moving bar until the fish gets tired. If you fail to keep the hook inside the moving bar, the fishing line will wear down. Its durability reaches 0, it will snap. The fish will escape. Huh. I don't know. What? Coin purse? Free money. Let's eat a meal. Oh, okay, that's not how to do that. I think if I'm really going to spend a noteworthy amount of time doing this, I would probably do so while not recording. I'm poor. I mean, who would want to watch this? Maybe if I had something interesting to say or talk about. Oh yeah, like the Steam hardware. So, apparently Valve has announced that they're making a new controller, which seems decent, though also really kind of large. I don't have much of an opinion on that thing. I do have a new controller that I just bought recently. Now I feel kind of silly for doing that, but the controller I have is pretty decent. It doesn't have these touch pads that the Valve controller seems to have, but I'm not too inclined to play first-person shooters using a controller in the first place. As for the other hardware, I mean, you would need the touchpads probably help with playing first-person shooters and other non-very controller-friendly games, but generally speaking, I don't really... I have a mouse and keyboard, and I don't really play games on the TV, so I don't really need a controller that I can play Age of Empires on the TV with. Oh, that was the wrong button. The other hardware is a Steam Cube, the Gabe Cube, as I've read. I forget what they call it. It's just the Gabe Cube. It's a black box with a little LED on it. Has a SD drive and all the features you would want. A cup. All the features you could possibly want in a computer that's small. I think it's like 90% or 80% heatsink by volume, which I think is, or cooling by volume, which I think is pretty cute. Really special herring. Apparently it's as strong as several Steam Decks, like 7 or 8 of them. So it's a cube. That's a strong PC that you can carry around and use as a computer. You can use it like a console, you can use it like a desktop PC. It's probably a good thing, especially with Microsoft being the way they are. The Xbox now being practically obsolete. I don't think they wanted to make more Xboxes anyway, so now Valve has just sort of shown up and said, oh yeah, yoink, the PC market is now ours. And now they make prefab computers for gaming and other things, as well as a cup! They make prefab computers and stuff for gaming and other things, and it's just... They also come with the Linux, but they also have this philosophy of, it's your computer, we're not gonna tell you what to do with your computer, we're gonna put our own, like, operating system on it, but if you don't like it, you can put any other system on it, do whatever you want, it's your computer, when you buy it, it's yours, just whatever. And that's a refreshing perspective in the modern day environment of capital BS, you know. Horseshoe. I don't think I'm gonna find anything good around here. Right. So, and since it's a little computer, you can also use it for emulation, I suppose, much like you can with the Steam Deck. So now we have the, Valve making a box that's functionally a computer and a games console. And, yeah, they are encroaching on the computer and console market. It's a smart thing. So they have their own super multi-purpose universal controller now. The Steam Deck, which is their ultimate super handheld that can also run all of this, well, a lot of the Steam games in emulation. So they have a super handheld of sorts. They have a new controller that's maybe good. I don't know. They haven't released it yet, so no one's really been able to say anything about it. A special computer box, and of course, the last super special thingamajig. It's VR goggles. Smaller than the other thing they did. The Vive, was it? I don't remember what they called the last VR hardware. It was really good and competent, powerful, mega hardware that's really expensive, but pretty stable and everything. However, Horseshoe, yay, can throw that at a angry Fae or something. But the new VR goggles, I don't know how much they're supposed to cost. I really want to get into VR. Maybe if they're vaguely affordable, I would even be tempted to get them. They have apparently their own hardware, so you can, like computer hardware, so they do let you play VR games on them if you do not have a PC. So, sort of like a weird sort of handheld, I guess, except you don't wear it, you don't hold it in your hand, you put it on your head. But you can also use it on your computer, and they also deliver a special stick with it that you attach to your computer, so you can efficiently stream your computer to your headset. And you can play the VR games either from your computer or from your headset. And I think the only real competition in that whole genre of semi-independent VR goggles was the thing made by Facebook people and Mark Zuckerberg, the flippin' Android guy. Gross man. I'm sure ad hominem is the least noteworthy you can really say about that guy. Ugh. I don't really want to talk about that fella, though. The new VR headset, yeah, looks pretty interesting. I don't actually know much about the VR. I've looked at the VR hardware market for a while since I was interested in getting into VR, but it's always seemed a bit too expensive, and there was a lot of stuff, and some of it seemed okay, some of it didn't. Something that does have its own hardware in case the computer cannot run the VR games or something seemed neat. My PC isn't half bad, but some VR games are just really obnoxiously demanding in terms of what they want your computer to be able to do. And while I think I could run some of them, In any case, that thing is a wireless VR headset, and I might want it, but it really just depends on the price. If the price is competitive with the Quest or whatever they call the Facebook headset, then truly Valve has yesterday on the Wednesday of that's the how many? The 12th of the November has functionally sort of declared war on everyone. Well, not really war. It's just the hey, fellas, the Microsoft and the Nintendos and the pre-built PCs and the Facebook people. Yeah, we're in the market now, and we will destroy you. I think it really depends on the price of the hardware. Like, I trust that Valve is gonna make decent hardware that'll do all the good. No weird exploitative nonsense, no ridiculous exclusivity or spyware or any of that stuff. It's probably just gonna end up being kind of expensive. That's one of the problems with the Valve VR hardware as well. It just not being very affordable. So I think at night more enemies spawn in and they get stronger maybe. That might also mean that they grant me delicious XP. And they have cobwebs, which I need to identify items. And they drop unidentified items, which I can identify using cobwebs. Ooh. Lag. So now that I have a spear, I should probably try and use this thing. I was really used to using the spear and shield, so I think this is gonna be nice and refreshing. That was my Valve hardware tangent, in which I haven't really said much of anything. And oh no.
Your wealth is ours.
I don't even have that much wealth, dude. What are you talking about?
Is ours.
That's a nice hammer you got there.
You're no match for our band.
What's your band called? The dead guys, haha. Decent unidentified item. Stomach, leather pants. Lock, aromatic remedy. Weapons are heavy. Don't want to carry them around. Key to the cage. Raspberry, carrot, spirit. I got the blueprint to the catacombs.
Help! Help! I'm here! Help!
What? Okay.
Much better. I suggest we leave quickly. You may have attracted some attention with your actions.
More bandits to stab. Yippee. What now?
I overheard them mention the ruins of Roskri. It's a tiny village, long abandoned. I suspect its people fled to the horns of the south. But if you're thinking of ambushing the crow, I beg you, don't. These are dangerous people, and I doubt a crow would come alone.
What now?
However, if we pretend you're the bandit supposed to deliver me,
What do you mean?
they didn't keep me in prison for nothing. I can defend myself. I just need my hands freed. I propose we meet near Roscry and deal with the crow together. Thanks to you, I'm no longer their prisoner. But I fear for my brothers and sisters.
Huh?
If they don't get me, they'll just find 3 others like me, and the horror will continue. I cannot allow that.
I don't really know if I want to get involved in this. I don't even know what this is about. Suppose I can check it out. What's the harm? I can just not go there, haha.
Excellent. We must remain vigilant. The children of Morrigan are formidable foes. Thanks to our union, Avalon will be a safer place.
Uh-huh. Well, that's that guy. Let's explore more. Maybe I can find more beasties to slay and, treasure to find and all that. Boing, boing, boing. Only by jumping a lot can I ever accomplish the great feat of getting the ability to jump higher. Ooh. I think that's a big one. Oh, yeah, that is a big one. Let's introduce him to the pointy end of my stick. Oh, that doesn't really hurt him that bad. Oh no. The dodge got eaten by the lag. I should drink healing potion. King, please. So I don't think blocking this guy is a good idea. I'm just gonna try and dodge him whenever possible. Okay, so I should dodge away diagonally. Don't do that! Fuck's sake. Okay. Out of stamina. Well, that's that. I guess I can maybe sell the ogre giblets. Milk, egg, raspberry, wood, wolf, bear. There's a bunch of dead people who have free weapons, but honestly, shovel. I don't need another shovel. That stuff's just gonna weigh me down. Look at it, it weighs half a generic weight item. Biggie diggy hole. Hammer of stupefaction. Oh yeah, that thing weighs way too much. I'm slow down. What is this? Weighs 8! Hitting a target has a 20% chance of stunning it. I mean, it does seem pretty valuable, but it's also heavy. Maybe I can drop some things that are too heavy to bother with. Like a light bow. I don't really want that. Can I move now? No. Well, yes, I can. I cannot pick up anything else, though. Maybe I should make for the Horns of the South and sell some of my loot. Ah, grindstone. I can craft and modify items here. I don't really want to modify any of my current stuff, though. I would rather get some better equipment before I start messing with it. But yeah, that's a healing stump. It heals. But yeah, this is a fast travel thingy. It allows me to travel fastly to any other thingy of its kind. I'm just gonna head south. That's where the horns of the horns of the south are likely to be. I mean, it has south in the name. Sensible to expect it to be in that direction. A red cup. Very scary. I guess I'm gonna take its red cap. Oh no. More of them. Is this some kind of goblin stand-in? Oh no, I'm out of stamina again. I do know there's a castle nearby that has a consumable that permanently increases max stamina, and you know what I'm gonna say about wanting to dupe it and get a million billion stamina, but it's a crime. I may not do that. Wah. Oh, hi. Kaolin the Wolf Rider. Kaolin had the soul of a true warrior, a fierce instinct to protect others, a willingness to stand on the front line, and a love of simple, direct solutions. Mood. It's him! It's the guy! Why are you alive, man?
I was wondering when I'd see you again. And here you are.
I killed you! How are you alive?
Well, that is one question I can't answer. And even if I did, you wouldn't believe me. You will see for yourself. Soon enough.
So, what? Are you going to attack me again?
No. I don't have an issue with you. And now that I saw the extent of his power, even in his weakened state, I realize it would be pointless to try to free you of him. I'll need something stronger than the blade I carry with me.
Uh-huh. Why did you attack me? What was that all about?
You found yourself in the middle of a mess that's been brewing for 600 years. Every single time things go down the shitter on this island, a bunch of cowards in Camelot bring our once and future king back from the dead.
We've heard this
It's
before.
happened before. It will happen again. And soon. My journey, my mission, is to stop this from happening.
What do I have to do with all of this?
What the Red Priests did to you must have been horrible. And yet, you've gained a unique ability to contain Arthur's powers within you.
Yep.
And what can be contained can be killed. That is why your assistance might be of help on my journey.
All of
My
him.
goal is to destroy King Arthur. To get rid of him, once and for all.
Yeah, that's
There are
not
pieces of his soul scattered across Avalon. I could use help in finding, collecting, and destroying them. And I see you've found my pin. It's good that you've taken it with you. That's exactly what I wanted to give you back on the beach.
Why?
The plan is to steal Excalibur, or at least what's hiding within that damned blade. A piece of our king is bound to it, and so it needs to be destroyed. The sword is kept in the Horns of the South. It's a fortress, but if someone has this emblem, they can enter freely. But how to reach it, and how to remove the soul from it, well, that's for you to find out. I assume you'd have to come up with a way to survive its power. If it was easy, someone would have already done it. But if there's anyone who could do it, I'd say someone carrying a piece of the king's soul inside has a high chance of success. The only piece of advice I can give is that you need to find Brandon, the captain of the Horns of the South. Back in the day, the Keepers used to perform a ritual. Something that allowed them to sustain Excalibur's power for longer than most. This is what you need to learn more about. All I can tell you is that you need to find the captain. Brendan's his name. He'll tell you the rest.
I didn't say I'd help you.
You can decide to help me. You can decide to help him. At this point, it doesn't even matter, since we're both after the same thing. I'm sure he wants to regain his power, and I want to destroy every single piece of his soul. Either way, you'll be helping us both. Now, it was nice talking to you, but I can't stay here all day. I'll be keeping a close watch over your journey.
And he's gone. Well, that's about an hour of recording. I think it's a good point to leave things for now. Meh. Farewell.